Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 241, first weekend of the second half. I'm Nick, and we have Harrison tonight. How are we doing, Harrison?
Awesome, Nick. I enjoyed opening day 2.0 as I coined it earlier last week, and just good to have baseball back. How we doing?
Good. Yeah, Friday felt like Christmas for sure. Red Sox for the first game, saw them getting their butts kicked, but yeah. But yeah,
Quickly, too. Like, they were getting beaten up quick.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we will dive into everything, but first, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials. So it's just a great way to support the podcast. So if you do any shopping through these companies, please click on the links and we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. We also have Rounding Third merch. So if you visit our store on Etsy, Rounding Third Baseball, you can choose sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers, a whole bunch of stuff on there. And it's just another great way to support us. All right. Let's get into the news here. First off, Kyle Gibson announced his retirement after 13 seasons. Pitched for Minnesota, Philly, Baltimore, Texas, St. Louis. Not a ton of stats that will make you go, oh my goodness. But, I mean, still a solid MLB career to last 13 years, to get over that 10-year threshold. Is something a lot of MLBers can't do. So yeah, about a 500 pitcher, 4.6 ERA, 1,520 strikeouts. I mean, that's not a bad career. I mean, not many people can say they struck out 1,500 plus batters in their career.
No, I mean, like you said, not a lot of numbers to jump off the page. But in his defense, he also played in a lot of teams that weren't great. Spent a lot of years with Minnesota while they were kind of hanging around. But again, like you said, this is a guy with 112 career wins. Not a lot of guys are over 100 career wins. Not a lot of guys have 1,500 plus Ks. Not a lot of guys have been to an all-star game. Not a lot of guys have been to the playoffs. Like, this is a guy who's done a lot of things in this game, was valuable enough to hang around for 13 years. Hats off to him. That's a pretty solid little career that he had. Yeah. And it went places that most of us would kill to have been able to enjoy.
1,000%. All right. Ronald Acuna's throw against the Yankees. This might be the new best throw I've seen in quite some time. This was an absolute laser beam.
It was the only highlight of the weekend for the Braves.
This thing was crazy. He's going back on a ball towards the right field corner. He sets himself up perfectly, like to catch it over his shoulder, to be able to plant and just throw an absolute 300-foot hose, no hop, to the chest of his third baseman to get the guy out at third. I mean, wow.
Yeah, it was, for usually a throw like that, you see a guy take it make the catch, all the momentum coming forward, big crow hop. It felt like he just like caught it, spun, and let it rip. It was wild.
That throw was overrated.
Ouch.
He was like flat foot off his back foot in the air.
All right, fair.
That is fair.
He never should have been out at third. I think what we're more impressed by is just the fact that he made that throw from the position that he was in.
Yes.
The base runner never should have been out. That if the base runner had gone into third, even just gone in at normal speed instead of slowing up like he did, he wouldn't have been out. If the third base coach was paying any attention, but I think the problem is nobody thought Acuna was going to make that throw from where he caught it, and he surprised them all.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Aaron Boone, I'm going out and dragging the third base coach right off by the back of the neck and getting him off the field.
That's grabbing them both. I mean, you don't coast into a base like that in Major League Baseball. Like, not with the arms these guys have. That's not how the game is played. But this is more of the stuff that we see out of the Yankees. These guys that just kind of take plays off.
Yep. Chad says, I saw where Yankees fans are trying to discredit it because the runner didn't slide. I would like to remind them of the Jeter flip play in the ALDS. Boom.
Yeah, Mike drop, Chad. You've already won the night.
Yep. I don't even know if I have to say any more about this because Chad just said it.
Yeah, and you're right. 99 times out of 100, he's safe on that throw, and there's absolutely no reason he should have been out. If he had just gone in at normal speed or slid, he's safe, and it's not even close. But it absolutely was taking advantage of bad base running. But the fact that Acuna made that throw on the fly from where he was pretty damn impressive.
Yeah. So you say the third base coach was signaling the slide. Okay. So either way, bad base running, whatever. He still made a 300+ foot throw in the air. There's not many guys that can do that to even make it a play, let alone actually get him. So it's crazy.
And it shows, and that's what we're getting at, Mike, is that there's so few guys in the game that can make that throw. And Acuna didn't even like fully position himself and put everything behind it, and he still just let it rip and made that throw in the air. So I mean, it was a very impressive throw. The runner should have never been out. I did not see the third base coach in the replays that I saw signaling him to slide. I hope he was, because that would have been terrible. But it was pretty amazing. I mean, it reminds me of the throw Mookie Betts made back in, was it 2018 with the Sox? I mean, we've seen some insane throws. That one is up there.
Is this better than Ichiro's versus? Listen, I mean, there's so many. I was trying to like run through my head to see if it one upped it. I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I mean, I can think of Bo Jackson's from the wall to get Harold Reynolds. I can think of Bo Jackson's flat foot in right field to get Mike Gallego at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, there's the Ichiro against the A's. There's the Cespedes throw down the third base line. That may be one of the best throws you'll ever see because of where he was. I mean, there's so many great throws. I mean, Andrew Jones and Ken Griffey Jr. have highlight reels full of throws, but this one was absolutely attention grabbing.
Oh, this is the real reason you don't like the play. This is okay. I got you, music. How fast was the throw? I don't know. They got to have the stats on there somewhere, but I mean,
it probably wasn't like an incredibly high velocity. I mean, it had a lot of arc on it, but it's the distance it carried. I mean, it wasn't like he threw a bullet. I mean, it had some arc on it. The fact that he was able to make that distance from where he threw without a crow hop was pretty impressive.
Let's see, Acuna's throw.
I mean, Acuna can normally let it rip, and he's usually one of the stronger arms in the league. But that was not his strongest throw. Just it was impressive how much ground it covered.
You know what AI says it was? AI says it was 105.8. So we all know how AI is.
Yeah,
they're actually on YouTube. They're saying it was 105.8 too.
No way. There's no way flat-footed he threw at 105 miles an hour.
I wouldn't think so either. But everything I'm seeing, pregame 105.8 throws sets MLB outfield record. Epic throw this is from Sports Illustrated.
Well, Sports Illustrated is trash. Don't even look at them anymore. Their website is just all clickbait.
Sporting News. Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, it was probably, I would say it was 95 plus. So
yeah, I mean, I don't see it being 105.8, but if it was, then he's an absolute freak.
Yep. It's all about launch angle for sure. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, he set himself up in the best position he could to catch the ball and make a throw. Like, it looks like he's trying to be flashy with it, catching it over his shoulder like that. But it was the only way that he could like catch it and plant fast to turn around, and really give it a good effort. And man, did he give it a good effort.
Oh, this was a good one too. Jose Guillen in Colorado.
Yes. That one was
a really good one.
And John, yeah, that's why I scrolled down through, because I knew AI wasn't correct there.
I mean, AI is great at a lot of things, but boy, you've got to check it.
Okay, up music. I'll give you this one. Bartolo's behind the throwback. I would take that, and I would raise you Mark Burley's glove flip between the legs.
Yeah, Burley's was amazing.
That one was crazy. Yeah, but I mean, either way, it was still remarkable to see. So there's that. All right,
and that was the only highlight for the Braves. That Braves team they're a disaster. And then this weekend, like they just embarrassed themselves this weekend. You
yeah,
get Eddie Perez screaming at Jazz Chisholm. And now the league's investigating if he was threatening to have him hit in the head. Like the Braves have lost all control. I mean, and Snickers is standing in the background with hands on his hips like he's Forrest Gump. I don't know what the hell's going on, but they blew a 5-run lead. Undisciplined, bad baseball, bad pitching. You gave up a grand slam to lose. I mean, they're so bad. And I don't think the coaching staff cares.
no,
They're too busy yelling at Jazz Chisholm because maybe he signaled the pitch to the hitter. Okay, maybe he did, but if your catcher's dropping signs, you shouldn't be with PitchCom, then it's his own damn fault.
yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah. So
It's
here it is. We're talking about the other half of that series here. So clutch grand slam in the ninth to tie it, and then went again in extras against the Braves. Volpe had 2 home runs that game. Are the Yankees still the team to beat in the AL? Now, I know the Tigers are tied with the best record for the Cubs and Brewers. We'll get to the Cubs and Brewers in a minute. But are the Yankees still the class of the AL because they're the New York Yankees?
I think the Yankees are the class of the AL East. I think they're probably still the best team in the AL East, but the AL, no. Right now, I'd take the Tigers over everybody. I would take the Astros over the Yankees. I don't trust the Yankees. That team is so wildly inconsistent, which we knew they would be. That's why we didn't think they'd win the AL East this year. Like we thought that this was the Red Sox chance to sneak in and take it from them. But they're although they're the Yankees, this is not the Yankees. This is another one of those teams, yet again, that Cashman has loaded with injury problems and inconsistency, and you still don't have guys that can lengthen that lineup.
Yeah.
And yeah, Volpe hit 2 home runs. Awesome. The guy was like 0 for the last 2 months. He's left the most runners in baseball on base. Fans were like literally begging them to call up their top shortstop prospect and send Volpe down. I mean, it's bad. So team to beat in the AL East, yes. In the AL, no. They're probably 3rd at best.
Fair. Captain says Harrison admits the Braves are done finally.
Honestly, I'm admitting that the Braves are not only done, but I don't think they care that they're done.
No.
I honestly don't think they're so worried about stuff that doesn't freaking matter. And again, like on the broadcast, the Braves announcers talking about the fact that they expect players to be traded. Like they expect Anthopoulos to make some moves because there's a lot of frustration in the front office with the way this team has performed and also how they've responded.
Yeah.
And there's also a strong belief that Snitker doesn't make it out of July.
Yeah.
And he probably shouldn't. Given what we saw this weekend, he probably shouldn't. He's got coaches screaming at Yankees players. In the meantime, you're trying to get out of a bad inning, and you've got a coach screaming at a runner.
Yeah.
Like, just shut your friggin' mouth, guy, and let these support the team. Get these guys back on track. Instead, you're blowing. They gave up 12 runs in the last 4 innings of that game.
Yeah,
they couldn't get out of an inning.
Brutal. Yeah, they yelled at Jazz for doing something legal. Yeah,
I know. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And they kept going.
But to be fair, I would probably yell at Jazz Chisholm too. The guy just irks me. But there's that.
Well, yeah, but I don't think you would keep going and going and going when your team is coughing up a lead.
Yeah. Mr. Clams I think the Tigers are more complete. Yeah, I agree with you. They're deeper. Music thinks the Blue Jays are there now. I mean, they're getting there. They're finally getting there. But the Yankees are still the Yankees. I know they have tons of injuries, and they haven't won a World Series in forever. But they're still the New York Yankees, right? They're still near the top. I get it. Hopefully Toronto does make a run, and they are on fire. Toronto is playing very, very well.
Yeah, Toronto's been great. I just year after year we expect Toronto to be good, and they're not, and then they finally are this year. I'm just not ready to by them hanging on.
9:34 Eastern Standard Time. Foley just left 2 more guys on base.
I mean, it's I mean, the Yankees aren't even playing. He'll find a way to leave guys on base.
Chad, we've been talking about this for ever since we've had the podcast for 4 years. Every year we're like, this is the year that Boone has to go, right? Like Cashman keeps making the same mistakes. He keeps making the same moves, and they still have jobs, and the Yankees aren't getting anywhere. Like, yes, they got to the World Series last year, but they weren't beating the Dodgers last year. There was no chance that they could beat the Dodgers last year. But yeah, crazy. Are the Braves going to trade Olson, Murphy, or Acuna?
Are the Braves going to trade Olson? No. Murphy, they want to. They'd love for somebody to take the rest of that contract, but in order to do that, you're going to have to package him with somebody. And Acuna's been rumored to be available. So I don't know. But I think in that case, Acuna and Murphy go as a package.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've talked about this before, Forrest, with the Braves locking up that core for such a long time. We're like, this is either going to be really good or this is going to be really bad for the Braves. So yeah, they should have been a dynasty with the type of talent that they locked up for as long as they did, for as cheap as they did. We're like, the Braves are going to be sitting pretty for a while because then they can go out, they can get the pieces they need because, they signed these guys for less money. You got to get the right coach there on the bench, it seems. I think that's their biggest issue.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I think that, obviously the Braves have 4 of their 5 top starting pitchers who have missed time and are still missing time. You have Marcell Ozuna's hip, which is trash. He was batting 9th last night. He can't even turn. And he's not going to get it fixed till after the season because he's holding out hope. You've had Michael Harris has been a huge disappointment since signing the contract. They have a lot of problems. And rumors are, as of this morning, reports are coming out that they're listening to people that are interested in Albies, Murphy, and Harris. They'll entertain offers. They're not feeling obligated or pressed to make a move, but they'll listen to offers. Riley's not available. Olson's not available. None of the pitchers are available, but they would make a kind of an edge move if there's an opportunity.
Yeah.
But they still believe they have a team that can win. And they're not wrong. They got the wrong people in the dugout running it.
Olson to Seattle, baby. Edgar fixed that swing in 2 weeks. Yeah. There's no way for the Braves to ever trade Acuna unless for a player that's way better than him.
I mean, Acuna's hard to trade because he's under contract for a bunch more years at, was it $18 million? We looked it up, Nick. I mean, he is a below market contract for a while.
Yeah.
You're gonna want a boatload of talent to trade him. Now, granted, the injury history is not great, and teams are going to be afraid of that. But for $18 million, you'll take your chances.
Yeah, agree. All right, Kyle Schwarber continued his All-Star game momentum with a go-ahead grand slam in the 6th inning. Are we taking the Phillies seriously now?
I mean, I think we've always been taking the Phillies seriously as a team that could win that division. It's when it comes playoff time that I don't take them seriously anymore. As good as they are, they just don't seem to be able to put it together in the playoffs. But I mean, right now I would pick them to win the NL East because I think they're in better shape right now than the Mets are. The Mets, injuries, inconsistency in the pitching staff, they're coming back to reality.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're loaded.
Yeah.
That team is absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to argue.
Red Sox are going into Philly, and they got Sanchez, Luzardo, and Wheeler. I mean, it's yeek.
Yeah, I mean, not the group you're looking to face.
Nope, not at all. So,
not the group you're looking to face.
Yeah. All right.
So, funny. So, as a Mets fan, I refuse to count the Braves out until I see an E next to their name in the standings. I mean, I don't disagree, Mr. Clams. The Braves, that is a lot of talent. That is a lot of ability. And honestly, if they could just get hot for 2-3 weeks, they would be right back in it. But boy, they are struggling to build any kind of momentum at all. Mike, I take Murphy on the Sox to back up. I mean, there was a rumor out, was it maybe a couple weeks ago now, that the Red Sox were talking to the Braves about a package that would have been Acuna and Murphy. Hard part is Murphy's got 4 years left on that contract. That's a tough contract to choke down. But if you could get Acuna and Murphy and maybe not give up as many prospects because you're going to eat Murphy's contract, I would totally take Murphy as a backup catcher. I mean, he's proven he can still hit. He's still adequate behind the plate. I think he's still a dangerous player. You got to put him in the right situation. And Cap, and I'm with you on that. The Phillies to me are still the team to beat in the East. I think that they are. When you've got Zach Wheeler at the top of that rotation and all those arms, you got Ranger Suarez. You've got just continue to roll guys out. Christopher Sanchez, Jesus Luzardo. You just keep rolling out top level arms. I mean, pitching like that is going to be hard to beat consistently. Now, the Phillies have to score runs consistently too, and that's been one of their struggles.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, it'll be interesting. I trust the Phillies more than the Mets to win that division. I don't trust either of them in the playoffs. I just don't. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I mean, the Phillies have proven year after year that there's one round in the playoffs that is their Achilles heel. They just can't get over that hump.
Yeah, and this, Devin, this is exactly the Phillies' problem. Has been all year and has been probably for the last couple of years. Is when they're on, my goodness, they are unstoppable. But that whole lineup will go cold, and they will absolutely just look lost. And I always thought Trey Turner would be able to level that out because he was a high contact guy, high average guy. Finally, this season we're seeing that, but he's not enough to offset that. They cannot continue to have these cold stretches.
Yeah, I'm not taking them seriously. They've lost 2 out of 3 to the Angels. That's fair. Can't give up 9 runs.
No, I mean you can, and you can't give up 9 runs and expect to win.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I mean the Angels have kind of been that sneaky good team all year. They're not a joke that they have been.
This is an interesting trade right here. I want to know how you feel about this. Red Sox trade Blaze Jordan, Christian Campbell, and Jarren Duran. And for those of you that don't know or might have heard the name Blaze Jordan, he's the kid that went viral when he was like 12 years old at a major league ballpark, just hitting absolute moonshots.
Wasn't he in Texas hitting like 400-foot bombs?
Yeah. Would you do that trade, Harrison?
Blaze Jordan is a guy who teases you with his talent, but I just don't know that he's a complete player. Christian Campbell, I would be okay moving. Duran is hard, but I think you would have to give him up because they would want him to replace Acuna. What I do? I mean, honestly, for what you got, I mean, Jarren Duran and Acuna are not that much different. I feel like I'd rather have Duran and build around him. Would I do the trade? Yes. Would I rush to do the trade or feel like we should do the trade? I don't know. I don't know that I'm very high on Jarren Duran as a cornerstone piece. And I feel like he's a guy you can build around.
Yeah, and he seems to be kind of the heartbeat of that team right now, right? He came up with the Wally helmet for the home run celebration. He seems to be kind of in the middle of that teammate chemistry. So are you willing to kind of blow that up and put Acuna in there? And does that ruffle, Bregman's feathers? Because, Bregman seems to be that quiet leader. I mean, Today he was supposed to be his scheduled off day, and he went up to Corey and he goes, "Put me in right now." He goes, "Put me in. I'm going to pinch hit." And what does he do? He takes a curveball down around the knees and hits it into the bleachers at Wrigley for a 3-run shot.
Yep.
Like, that's the kind of leader he is. And I don't know if like Acuna adds that type of value to the team. Maybe he does. I don't know. But then you're subtracting Duran, who we know does add a lot of, team chemistry in there. It would be hard for me to do that.
Well, and I look at the Red Sox, and the issue with the Red Sox is not the lineup. The issue with the Red Sox is the pitching.
Yes.
I don't what I was going to say is that I don't think you're a better team by making that trade. You added the splashy name to your lineup and got rid of some guys you don't know a lot about yet, and a guy who I think is a cornerstone player. But I don't think that makes you a better team. Does it hurt you? No. I mean, you could make that trade and they'd be fine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help this team. This team needs pitching bad.
Yeah, agree. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, I think it's on core more than anyone else. I agree. And to answer your question, no, Phillies are not serious. And that's fair.
Well, I love the fact that, Musicum, you were saying before too, like the Mets bottom half of the order is the reason they won't go deep. And I'm a Mets fan. Like, you're admitting the fact the bottom of the order is not great. And I watched them the other night, and just like Jeff McNeil and these guys, oh my goodness, it is painful to watch some of these guys hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mike, I'm with you. If I'm going to let Duran go, I want a controllable. I at least want a pitcher. Ideally, I want a controllable pitcher. I want a guy who's coming to me with some time.
Yep, 1,000%.
But yeah, I mean, if you're going to get rid of a guy like Duran, Wilyer Abreu, any of the big three, like, it better be for pitching.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mets aren't serious either. I'm with you. I don't think there's any team out of the NL East that's I would say a serious contender for the World Series.
No, I think
there's too much in the other two divisions.
Yeah, I think the Phillies and Mets are both capable of getting hot and getting there. I just don't buy either one of them as somebody that I expect to be there. No. This is a really good question, Leslie. Who is one player who needs to get traded?
Is this for like all MLB teams?
I'm taking it as all teams.
Man, that's a hard one. I don't think he needs to be traded as much as there's a lot of teams that need him. And I would say that's Gino Suarez. There's a lot of teams that need third base help right now. A lot of contending teams that need third base help. I don't think the Diamondbacks need to trade him, but I think the teams need his services. I know that's probably not the way you were phrasing that question, but that's the only, like, there's no Rafael Devers out there right now that's like sticking out to me,
Yeah, no, I mean, I think there's two people coming to mind that would definitely benefit from a trade. Number one is Luis Robert. I think getting out of Chicago will be the best thing he can do for his whole career. The second one I think is Nolan Arenado. I think the Cardinals need to take this opportunity to move on from him. And it's not because he's not performing at all, not because of who he is, but this is your chance to get out from underneath that contract. You've got several teams that need a third baseman. It's a good window to try to make a move. And I think that freeing that organization of that contract going forward is a huge win.
Trout?
No, I mean,
O'Hearn?
He doesn't want to go. The Angels have no real reason to trade him. O'Hearn's an interesting one. I mean, he made a terrible error the other night playing first base, but he can hit. I mean, the boy can hit.
Arenado's washed up. They said Suarez is a liability at the plate. I mean, he is your ultimate hot or cold player. He's not just like, he's not consistent. I completely understand that. We're going to get to him. Actually, I think it might be the next slide. He's hit 3 multi-home run games in his last 5. When he's hot, and you can't get him out. But when he's cold, like you said. He strikes out way too much. Music said back here. Like, I get it. But he's a really solid glove defensively. He makes some tough plays. He's great on the defensive side, and he's going to get you 20 home runs if you trade for him at the deadline. He'll hit you 10 a month. He'll drive you in 40, 50 more runs going down the stretch. But, yeah. What MLB team will be the biggest buyer and seller? I mean, we're going to get to all that here at the end. I just got some other things to cover here. But, yeah, go to the next one, Harrison. Oh, David Wright. Yeah. So his number was retired. Here we go. We're just making our way down the NL East right here.
Yeah.
So 4th captain in Mets team history. His number was retired on Saturday. Is he a what if guy for you?
Oh, totally. Because his was that fluke. Was it a back? Was it a disc? It was something.
Yeah.
Um, he's a guy that was already in the top 3 of like every offensive stat for the Mets. And then just boom, immediately gone. He made that diving catch that irritated something, and then they realized, oh no, like you've got problems. And he was never the same guy. I just he was a guy who was absolutely on a Hall of Fame trajectory, and we lost we didn't lose his best years, but we lost the tail end of his prime, and then his outer years.
Yeah. Yeah. What a great player, but his back was effed. Yeah. You're not wrong.
Toast.
Yeah.
I mean, just toast. And
Yeah.
I mean, and I remember when that happened. Like he made that catch. He went down. He went in to get checked out, just thinking he might have hurt something. And they're like, "Oh no, like this is not something that can be fixed. Like you're." And he tried to come back and just couldn't do it. I mean,
Yeah.
And we've got a similar situation with Trout where he's got some degeneration in his back. Sometimes these guys just end up with these degenerative bone and muscle issues, and there's nothing they can do about it.
So this was kind of my question about it, Mr. Clams, was like, because I have Griffey as a what if guy, and he obviously had a Hall of Fame career. So like, can you really call him a what if guy? I mean, you could argue that he wasn't, but you also could argue that he was, because are we looking at the all-time home run leader if Griffey stays healthy? Like, so I mean, Wright put up ridiculous numbers and is team leader for the Mets in a lot of categories. But did he have more? Like that's where I get like the what if for me.
Yeah, I mean, you lost him after his age 31 season.
Yeah.
So you lost the majority of his 30s. And here's a guy with 1,777 hits, 242 home runs. This is the guy who probably ends up with 2,500 plus hits, probably 350-ish home runs. He was going to drive in, probably 1,200, 1,300 runs. I mean, he's a sure bet Hall of Famer at that point, given his background.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a what if player for me in the sense of he had more to give.
Yeah. So he had spinal stenosis. They found out after slide.
Oh, was it a slide? I thought it was a dive. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Chad, David Wright, Matt Harvey, Jacob deGrom,
Oh.
what could have been for the Mets? Yeah, they were set up to be good for a while, for sure. Yeah, Mickey Mantle's a what if guy. Yep.
I mean, you could. Ted Williams is a what if guy. What if he didn't lose the three prime years to the war? I mean, you can. It all depends on what the what if is. Like, what is the if?
Yeah.
Could these guys? Did Ted Williams need those years to finish his career? No. I mean, he had a hell of a career even without it. But imagine it 3 more prime years of Ted Williams, what those stats would look like.
Yeah. John Cena. This is a great one too. Chris Bryant, because we talked about him seeking treatment in LA for his back and hopefully to get back on the field. Like, yeah, insane. What if Bonds never did steroids? I mean, that's a good one.
He's still a Hall of Famer, but he actually would have gotten in.
Yeah. My what if guy is Johnny Damon. Okay. I mean, he still had a pretty ridiculous career too.
He did.
Even Barry said if Griffey stayed healthy, he goes for 800. Crazy.
Griffey would have been unstoppable.
Yeah. So that's what I mean, Clam, is like Griffey's obviously should have been the first unanimous Hall of Famer. All of that. I'm saying, like, what if he stayed healthy? What would those numbers look like? They would have been astronomical.
Well, you're talking about a guy who wouldn't be a top 20 or 30 player. He'd be on the Mount Rushmore of baseball.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're looking at this is more about kind of like legacy and standing in the game than anything else. I mean, again, did he need more stats to make the Hall of Fame? No, he made it. And he was a clear Hall of Famer. But what if you had actually seen Griffey's full career and everything he was capable of? Whew.
Yeah. This is a good one.
This one really pisses me off to no end. Omar Vizquel has one less Gold Glove than Ozzie Smith. He's got, almost 28 or 27 or 2,800 hits.
Yep.
And way more than Ozzie had. And yet Ozzie's in and he's not. I mean, I don't understand why the writers do not appreciate what Vizquel did. I don't get it.
get that either. Yep, that's the writer's bias there for you. But yeah. All right.
All right, moving on.
All right, Gino Suarez, his 6th multi-home run game this season. I know we just brought him up a couple minutes ago, but we're going to dive into him and the Diamondbacks a little bit further. His 3rd in his last 5 games. Diamondbacks are doing whatever to force Hazen to make a tough decision at the deadline. Now, they just swept the Cardinals at home. They moved within a game for them, to compete for that wild card. Diamondbacks keep winning. They're not selling at the deadline. And they're pretty much the team everyone's kind of waiting on to see if they move. Right? Because all the names I've really heard are Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, Gino Suarez. Those are the big names that I have heard being floated around at the moment about teams calling, because they thought the Diamondbacks were done and out. Now they just got back to 500 today. I get it. But if they keep winning, do the Diamondbacks sell? What does Hazen do?
I mean, Hazen's in a tough spot because what are you going to do with Suarez after this year? He's on an expiring contract. Are you going to sign him? Are you going to try to re-sign this guy? If the answer is yes, we're going to try to re-sign him. Okay, do you think you can re-sign him? If the answer is yes, then okay. And you think you're still in contention, then you keep him. If the answer changes to any of those 3 questions, you've got to reevaluate. If you don't think that you can re-sign him or that you're going to even try to re-sign him, then get something for him. Go make a trade and get something for him while he's at a peak. And I think Hazen's decision is a lot more complicated than standings alone with a guy like Suarez because of the contract situation.
Devin, you hush your mouth. You hush your mouth right now. I don't want any of this. You hush it. Ketel Marte is my favorite player right now, hands down. I'm going to see him on Saturday in Pittsburgh. I can't wait to go see PNC, but I can't wait to go see Ketel Marte play. I sure hope not. I want the Diamondbacks to build around him, Carroll, and the young guys they have there. Please do not send Marte away. But yeah, I don't know. This is a good point, Rick. I think there's so many teams that want Gino Suarez's services right now that Hazen could get a pretty good haul back for him. Now, I'm not saying Juan Soto haul or,
because he's a rental.
Right. But you're still going to get a little bit higher than you would for just a regular rental. Right? Yeah. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I would totally agree with that. I mean, this is a guy who brings, he brings a lot to the table. He also, he has holes and he has cold streaks and all that stuff, but he plays a good third base. He adds a legitimate power threat in the middle of your lineup. And right now, the Mariners and the Yankees are desperate for that and calling around the leagues who's available. And if I'm Mike Hazen, it really comes down to, do I think he's a Diamondback next year?
So John says Suarez probably wants to go to a winning team. Suarez has come out and said that he doesn't want to be traded. He loves it in Arizona. So he wants to stay. Whether that happens or not, I don't know.
The other option is that you trade Suarez and re-sign him in the offseason. You trade him for a package of prospects. He goes and plays for 3 months somewhere else, and you pick him back up in the offseason and re-sign him. Yeah. It doesn't mean you can't do that too, but I think Hazen's decision is a lot more complicated than the standings alone. It really gets down to what is the future of Gino Suarez in Arizona. Because if you're not keeping him anyways, and there's a chance to get a decent package of prospects, and you're maybe competitive, I think you have to do it.
Yeah. And Chad, this is an incredible point. The Diamondbacks are a great team. They have just dealt with way too many injuries this year. I mean,
and not little really injuries
bad.
Either.
Yeah, bad ones. 2 key spots in their bullpen, their rotation. Brandon Pfaadt's finally starting to turn it around here. So I think it might be a little too late for my Diamondbacks. But I don't know. it's going to be interesting these next couple weeks if they keep winning. What Hazen decides to do, but yeah, and worst trade ever was Cattell in the middle of that Mariners lineup. Yeah. That's a tough one to swallow.
I mean, the Mariners had Suarez and Marte at one point and didn't want either one of them. Just for what it's worth.
Yeah, and going back to Seattle might be an option for him. He knows what it's like there. I mean, it could be.
How do you feel though, going back to the Mariners, knowing that they didn't want your strikeouts? They said that publicly, and they let you go. Like, do you feel good about going back to Seattle after you left that way? Because now you're coming back to save the offense because they need your power. It's kind of the irony of it is thick. And John, this is a tough one because we know third basemen don't become first basemen. They just don't do it. Like we've seen evidence of it this year. They don't do it. So it's gonna be hard to fill first base if you're trying to do it with a third baseman. Just ask Raffy Devers.
Yeah. Well, we'll just trade him to the opposite coast. So yeah.
Anyways, all right.
I don't know. Yeah, it's Diamondbacks are in a weird spot. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it is, and it's complicated for them. They've got a lot of decision points here. Yeah. Seattle's GM is a turd. I mean, Captain, it's that organization's tough. Like they drove us crazy all off season.
John, you had a real first baseman and you DFA'd him. Rowdy Tellez was the only real first baseman you were going to have this year. So I don't want to hear it. Anyways, that's
good thing you got rid of him before any incentives kicked in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, at least they didn't wait until there was 3 games left of the season.
Holy crap.
Anyways, Milwaukee Brewers, 10-game winning streak and now tied with the Cubs and Tigers for best record in MLB. These guys are hot, and they're not just beating teams that are low on the totem pole. They've taken 6 out of the last 6 against the Dodgers. They're playing really good baseball right now. Are we in on the Brewers being a legit contender at this point?
I think they're a wild card team, and they're going to do what they do in the playoffs. I mean, they thoroughly beat the crap out of the Dodgers, which was fun to watch. I watched, kind of a game and a half of that. I mean, I think this team is good. Like this is a good team. They have been all year, but yet there's still conversation whether or not they're going to be sellers. Because they're not going to be buyers. They don't have payroll to bring anybody in. So this is all you got. This is the team. They've gotten hot at the right time. They've gotten great contributions from Mizrowski, who's just come up. There's still rumors that Peralta may be on the way out, which is surprising because he's been good.
Well, I heard a report today that they're pretty much taking him off the table.
Oh, good, because they kept talking about him being available, which made me scratch my head.
I mean, they still might be at the right price, but if they're going to compete, I think he's got to stay. I mean, Mizrowski debuting at the All-Star game, making his first career start at the All-Star game.
Felt like it.
Has been a huge addition for them. And because Woodruff still isn't back, right?
No, and I don't know what the situation is with Woodruff. He was supposed to have been back, I thought, in early July.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
no, let's see. 2 start pitchers. Brandon. So Woodruff is. Oh. So he just got back. Okay.
Just got back. Okay.
Okay, he just got back. I think he's made 1 start.
Okay.
Right before the All-Star break. Okay, so we just missed him. But he looks like he is back.
Well, that's only going to help them.
Yeah, I've not seen him pitch yet, but I'll keep my eyes on it for when he does.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the Brewers, that's a good team. I think that they'll keep this pace rest of the season. No, I think they're a wild card team and they'll do what they do in the playoffs. But they're legit.
Yeah, Mizrowski and Gilbert on Tuesday. That'll be a good pitching
That'll be
matchup.
fun.
My goodness gracious.
Combined age of those guys is like 19.
Yeah. Brewers doing very well, but they still haven't hit their ceiling. Jackson Churio, Jackson Merrill are finding their groove. Yeah. I mean, the 2 young Jacksons. You could say 3 with Holiday too, but they still haven't reached their peak. I agree.
Yeah, and Chad, I'm kind of with you. The Brewers are a team that I think going into the season, we're like, they're a team that they keep subtracting players. At some point, you can't do that anymore. when do they finally kind of hit the wall where they aren't competitive anymore? And yet here we are. They're hanging around. They're now tied for the best record. They're a legitimate playoff team. And at some point you just can't be anymore. But you also don't call guys up like Jacob Mizorowski every day either. So I just, they just continue to have these young guys come up and make an impact. These experienced guys go and young guys come right up. And I don't think we give the Brewers enough credit for their player development. We talk about the Rays all the time, how good the Rays are at it. The Brewers are pretty damn good too. A lot of those guys in that roster are homegrown. Those are guys they drafted and developed. And we don't give them nearly enough credit for what they've done to build that roster. And I know I don't, but damn. They just keep rolling good players out.
Who are the only players on there that aren't? You got Yelich, Contreras, and Caleb Durbin, who you got in a trade.
And Durbin was a guy who came to them with the scouting report wasn't even very good on him, and he's looked really good.
Yeah, everybody else has come up. I mean, I'm probably missing a couple others, but
yeah, I mean, I think you look at that everyday lineup, and that's a ton of homegrown guys.
Yeah, and Devin, this is a fair point too. The Dodgers have a lot of issues. Their starting pitching injuries have been brutal since day one, pretty much.
Yeah.
Betts not having a really Mookie Betts type season. And then Freeman got hit in the hand or wrist today. Did you see that? And he got taken out of the game. So Dodgers having tough luck. We said it last week or Thursday. What's today? Sunday. Yeah. We said it Thursday that it's hard to repeat because there's so much that can happen in a baseball season that it's really hard to repeat the same thing that you had going the year before. It's hard to repeat that magic for sure.
Yeah, totally agree. And I think we've seen this 3-year slide from Mookie. And I think part of that is the fact he's now 32 and he's kind of getting towards the end of his prime window. But also that transition to shortstop. I don't think people appreciate what the shortstop role looks like physically versus right field.
Yeah.
And the amount of time you spend on your defense, the amount of time you spend taking ground balls, the amount of time you are moving and diving. It's a lot more, right field. Yeah, you spend a lot of the game standing around, then you got to go run one down. I think that shortstop transition's a big deal, and I said it from the beginning. I thought moving him to shortstop was a terrible idea. He's a Gold Glove right fielder. He's a super potent bat. Shortstop's a big change, and I think they're kind of ruining him as he comes out of his prime window because this is the third year in a row his average is taking a big dip. His power's taking a big dip. He's not the same guy he was just a few years ago. He's still, don't get me wrong, he's still super talented and very valuable, but I think the Dodgers are kind of ruining him.
Yeah, and you're seeing it now kind of wear on him. Beginning of the year, he was fine, like tearing the cover off the ball, and now you're seeing the wear and tear of the season, the long season kind of getting to him. I agree. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting for sure.
It is. But the Dodgers are, we've said it all along, the Dodgers are insanely talented, but very much gettable. That's a team you can beat.
Yeah. And
you just can't make bad mistakes in the middle of the lineup. Once you get outside of the middle of the lineup, you're fine.
Our tune has changed quite a bit since the preseason because you're looking at that team on paper and you're like, this is a 120 win team, hands down. Yeah. I mean, the staff was from starters to the end of the bullpen, and then it was just injury. Oh, guess what? Another injury.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad, real bad. So they're vulnerable, and the NL is up for grabs, I believe.
Yeah, and we said that all along with the Dodgers. This is a team that could win 120 games. ... if they stay healthy.
Yeah.
And they haven't. And on top of that, you've had guys like Betts, just massively underperform.
Yeah.
Michael Conforto, we called it in the offseason. Like that was one of the dumbest signings we've ever seen. He's been a complete and utter train wreck.
Yep.
Teoscar's taken a step back. Thankfully, Pages has had a massive season, but he's been ice cold lately. You've got things that haven't worked out. Will Smith is having one of the best seasons of his whole life.
Yeah.
That team is beatable.
Yeah, agree.
And yes, John, you are correct. Father Time is still undefeated and will always be undefeated.
Yep. 1,000%. All right, let's get into the trade rumors here. So I have some listed. You guys have probably heard some, so let me know what you know in the chat. But these are some of the ones that I have heard so far.
Boy.
So we got, the Yankees have checked in on Suarez. We kind of talked about that a little bit. And the reports are saying the Yankees are willing to go all out. Now, what that means, I don't know. That's bringing in Sandy Alcantara. That's going to get Gino Suarez. That's going to, when you say all out, that's going to fill every hole that you need. That's what I would take from all out. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you say you're going all out, like you're calling on everybody. You're looking to make big moves. You've made everybody available. You're not screwing around.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I think the Yankees will be the most active team at this deadline, because I honestly think Brian Cashman, Aaron Boone's job probably depends upon it. You guys need to make this season something, because we cannot continue to finish where we finish.
Yeah, and Devin, fair point. Yankees are always in on everyone. So
yes, they are.
It's just like the Boston Red Sox. When Sean was on the show, he said the Boston Red Sox are the king of in on everyone, especially in the offseason. Thank you, Smitty. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate that support. The Yankees are. And when you're a big market like that, you kind of should be in on everybody to make your team better. So Red Sox and Yankees both checking in on Gallen and Kelly. And it's no secret that both teams need starting pitching. With Cole out for Yankees, they need somebody to fill that spot where it's been a revolving door in that rotation a little bit. I mean, it's settled down lately. But you got Stroman starting to make starts again, and I know the Yankees aren't keen on that. So a Gallen and Kelly, or Gallen and or Kelly to that rotation makes sense. Now, this is, granted, what we talked about earlier, if the Diamondbacks are willing to give them.
Yeah, and Gallen's a tough one because he's had such a bad season.
He really has. It's been a rough one to watch.
He's going to be a hard guy to trade.
Now, do the Red Sox call on them?
I mean, yeah, I think you have to. I think you need to know the price, and I think you need to watch the tape and decide: is this a fixable issue? Is this a potential wearing down issue? I mean, what is it? You need your best people to take a look at Gallen and say, what's going on with him?
Yeah,
like is he hurt and just isn't saying anything? Has he just lost it? Is this a mechanical thing? Like, can you fix it? Because I mean, he's been wretched, and I'd like to believe it's the mechanical thing. The D-backs would have figured it out by now. But
yeah, for a guy that never walks anybody, has walked a ton of guys this year.
I feel like he's walked more guys this year, like than in the last three combined.
Oh, 1,000%. It's not even close. Yeah, I don't know if the Red Sox go after them, because again, I don't know the status of the Diamondbacks at this moment. But I think you do call. I mean, you have to, like you said. I think you have to check and see what the status is going forward. But
yeah, if you're Craig Breslow, it is your job to call around the league and just say, okay, who's available? What's the price?
Yep.
Then you take that all back to your front office and just say, okay, like, what do we got here?
I also don't trust Cora to fix anybody. Facts.
I don't trust Andrew Bailey to fix anybody either.
Yeah. Mike, I am with you 1,000% here, because Joe Ryan would come with some control, I believe. So absolutely. If you're going to trade for anybody, I would definitely go for Joe Ryan over these two, who would be rentals. 1,000% with you there. But if the Red Sox are in on him, other teams are also in on them too. So I don't know. We will see. That would be interesting.
Yeah, Joe Ryan's a 1-year, $3 million deal. Oh no, he's got 2 years of arbitration left. Never mind.
Yeah. So he's got some control.
He comes with control and relatively cheap control.
Well, for now, he just had an all-star appearance that might go up in arbitration.
Yeah, but arbitration doesn't usually go up that great. I mean, the highest arbitration award ever given was what, the $30 million to, was it Soto or was it Shohei?
Vladdy.
I forget. Oh, that's right. It was Vladdy that did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't love the trade for Gallen. Merrill Kelly, I like. He's a solid little starter, but I think a guy like Joe Ryan would be a better move.
I mean, if we give up nobody for Gallen or Kelly, I'm doing it. Like if the price isn't high and the Diamondbacks want one of my prospects that we're not very keen on, or even a couple of them, and that's what it takes, then I think I'm doing it. I'm taking a flyer on both of them. That can't be worse than Walker Buehler right now.
I mean, no, it can't be. I just think it's coming into the. I mean, nothing. There's not the NL West is not anything to sneeze at, but that making that transition to the AL, coming to the AL East, trying to jump into a pennant race. Not that these guys haven't done it before, but Gallen's been terrible. He's a rental because his contract is over. He becomes unrestricted free agent next year. He's a tough one. He's a tough one to give anything up for because you don't know if you're going to get anything out of him while he's here, and then he's not staying.
Yeah. The Twins have pretty much shut down Ryan talks from what I've heard. All right. Well, that's.
I mean, if I'm the Twins, he's one of the few guys I have to build around. I mean, he's probably a tough guy to trade.
Facts. Mariners have some arms in three. I'm gonna say triple A, 3A. I see what you did there. 3 young arms, 2 veterans chomping at the bit in Tacoma. So yeah, if I'm the Mariners, I'm dangling those pieces out for some offensive pieces for sure. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
I'm calling the Red Sox about Wilyer Abreu, Jarren Duran. Who here might be available.
Yep. Yeah, Blaze for Kelly, possibly. I don't see a spot for Blaze. I mean, possibly. I mean, like I said, if it doesn't take much to get one of them, I'm pulling the trigger if the Diamondbacks make him available. It's going to be interesting to see. Like I said earlier, a lot is riding on this deadline is riding on the Diamondbacks and what they do. Because I think if the Diamondbacks decide to sell, then we're going to see some movement, not just from them. We're going to see movement from other teams too.
Yeah.
But
I think you need that first domino to fall. Like you need somebody to start things off.
Yep. Twins should trade Buxton right now at an all-time high while he's healthy. Dang. I mean,
I don't hate that.
I don't either. But I think a lot of teams look at that injury history and they don't want any part of that.
No, and why would you?
That's right. All right, Guardians listening to all talks on their top end relievers, including Class A. Now, Class A has not really had a Class A season, if you will.
It's been rough.
But he's still Emmanuel Class A, for crying out loud. What does a team do to get him?
Well, and you'd have control of him until the end of the 2028 season. Because he's under contract this year, $6.4 million next year, club option for $10 million. He's a UFA in 2029 when he turns 31.
Yeah.
That is cheap. But I think the Guardians are in a spot right now where they kind of realize their limitations, the holes they have, and the value he could bring back. And I think to them that is attractive. They brought this young kid up before the All-Star break, the lefty, who just throws this nasty, he's right-handed, throws these nasty breaking pitches. And he was making guys look foolish in that Tiger series. I think they're confident they've got guys they could go to. But one of the teams apparently who is calling about Class A is the Dodgers. The Dodgers are in the same boat. They're going all out. Because they realize that they're screwed if they don't.
Yep. Phillies should be calling on Cleveland. The Phillies have come out and said, hey, we need back end bullpen help. So
everybody does.
I think Cleveland's on speed dial number 1 for the Phillies. I'm with you there, Mike. I'd love for Boston to get Class A or Anthony Bender.
Oh, please.
I would take either one of them for sure.
Yes, please.
And this is a very fair point, Clamps.
Yeah,
and Harrison and I have talked about this before, is we've kind of lost that edge, that Class A edge since the playoffs.
Yeah, he hasn't been the same since.
He has not.
Whatever happened in the playoffs, he lost it. He's not the same guy. Like even the swagger isn't there like it used to be. Like he just seems like that just completely neutered him.
Heard the Guardians are trading the name back to the Indians. Yeah, not happening.
Please do.
Well, yeah, Class A is in a different Class A, if you will. You can get so much value for closers. Do it, Cleveland. Yeah, I don't think Cleveland has anything to lose at this point. I think they could sell pieces away. And
Yeah.
Class A to the Phillies is such a need. I'm with you 1,000% there.
Yeah, I mean the Phillies, the Red Sox, the Dodgers. I mean everybody's going to be calling on him.
Yeah.
And the Guardians, I almost call them the Indians. The Guardians are going to just sit back and see if they can drive the price up.
Yep.
Because I mean he's given the track record, he's a guy you'll take a chance on, but at the same time, you're like, what am I getting though?
Ooh, the Cubs. Do the Cubs check in on Class A?
I mean, I think everybody should check in on Class A if he's available. I mean, and we talk about the season he's had. Like, I mean, he's 5-2, 2.86 ERA, 21 saves. I mean, yes, he's off of his typical. He's a run higher than his career average. His WHIP's 0.2 higher than his career average. Like, yeah, he's not having the best season ever, but he's still one of the better relievers in all the baseball. It's not like he's not like he just sucks.
Right.
He's just not the same guy. I mean, but at the same time, he had a 0.61 ERA last year with 47 saves. You can't do that every single year in Major League Baseball. There's just no way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he's back around his career average, and he's been a very good closer.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys in the chat, have you heard of anybody else? Or have you heard of any other names, Harrison?
Well, we did confirm earlier in the show that the Braves are listening to calls on Harris, Albies, and Murphy. You know, maybe Acuna. The Phillies are signing David Robertson. That came out a few hours ago.
Yeah.
So that'll add a bullpen arm. Another interesting one is Daniel Bard retired.
I did see that.
That came out just an hour or two ago that he's retiring. Just can't quite get it back. But the fact he made it back at all was pretty impressive.
Yeah. Class A plus Phillies equals happy Mets fans in the postseason.
I mean,
hilarious.
Fair.
Yeah.
What do we think about the Orioles? Are they, other than O'Hearn, does anybody else go?
I don't know if there's much of a market for Cedric Mullins. I mean, maybe, but are there any teams like dying for a center fielder or an outfielder, an aging one at that? I mean, I say aging. He's not like old, but I don't know. He's a weird one for me.
I mean, I'd be surprised if like Eflin doesn't go, but
Eflin I think could go. 8.7 million on his contract. That's very tradable. I almost said terrible. He's got a negative 0.3 WAR this year. I mean, Mullins isn't exactly. Yeah, he's not exactly bringing it. I mean,
he's not had a great year.
He's 30, so I wouldn't say he's necessarily old.
No, he's in his prime window.
Yeah, music. I can't hit this year, and I'm with you. And Cappen's with me, like right on cue. Mullins maybe. Yeah, Mets need a center fielder. Mullins isn't much of an upgrade, and that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if there's any teams that are in dire need of a center fielder right now. Phillies need a center fielder. We tend to band-aid our positional needs at the deadline, so I could see that for sure. I
think we still have teams that are calling the Red Sox, asking about Duran. I know Rick mentioned it, Musica mentioned it, but I don't think the Red Sox are in looking to move Duran unless there's some really like high-end pitcher attached to it. You know, Brian's got a good question. Is Jamie Moyer available? He can probably still bring it.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't.
Well, are we talking about Joan Duran? Or are we talking about Jarren Duran here?
I took that as Jarren Duran. I guess that's a good question. Johan Duran is not available.
Oh, right. Johan Duran, Jarren Duran, Duran. Tongue twister.
I have to like think about it before I say it because I screw it up every time.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, if those three went to the Cubs, it's season over, I think. if you get Suarez, Class A, and Gallon all to the Cubs, it's Cubs run away with the Central. They run away with the NL. I think they just mow through the World
They
Series.
just
at
run
that
away
point.
in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
This is a fair point, Brian. You know, the Cubs could afford to move Ian Happ, but just given how long he's been there, you know, do they? Like, is he a guy you really can move? What does that do to the clubhouse? How do the fans react to a move like that? I mean, Happ is so well respected and liked around that organization. I have a tough time thinking of him being in another uniform, but they could. I mean, if it's the right move for the team, they could.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I think they're going to be loyal to him, though. Like, they just made a huge deal out of him playing his 1,000th career game with them, which is a pretty big milestone in today's game.
Big deal.
So, I mean, possibly, but it's going to be tough.
I just feel like he's a tough guy to trade, but
yeah, I agree.
Duran also to quit music and play baseball.
Yeah.
Because we need another Duran.
Right, for sure. All right. Well.
Last one for you. I saw Mitch Keller mentioned here, but what about the Pirates? Does Reynolds go? Does Ke'Bryan Hayes go? Does Mitch Keller go? Like, do they make any moves? Because I know Ke'Bryan Hayes is a tough guy to move because the dude can't hit, but his glove is outrageous.
I don't think there's any interest in Ke'Bryan Hayes. I think it is the stove might as well be a freezer. I don't think anybody wants him. Mitch Keller is interesting. The Pirates are known for trading away good starting pitching.
Yep.
Good young starting pitching.
Because they don't want to pay for it.
Yep. Which is going to be Scanes in about 2 years.
Yep.
I think you could see Keller move. I really do. I could see that for sure. Brian Reynolds, I don't know. I'm lost on that guy, that guy's career, what he wants to do other than rot away in Pittsburgh there. I really don't know. And again, I don't know if any teams are really seeking that kind of contract in the outfield either.
I mean, fair. As of looks like as of this morning, according to John Heyman, the Diamondbacks are still telling teams that are calling that we're not committing to any moves to this point in time. Like, we are still very much in evaluation mode.
They can't. And they keep winning ball games right now. So it's making that evaluation even tougher. So like it's tough. Here's something I learned today. The NBA has never played a season that didn't have a pair of brothers in the league. What about MLB? Man, that's a good question. I mean, I would say that it's got to be pretty close to the MLB. There's been brothers for years, as far back as I can remember.
I would think so.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them around, but I don't know.
That's crazy.
Cap, I think the Pirates just cut all of them, refused to pay them. That's the Pittsburgh way, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You're not wrong. Just DFA them all. The hard part is when you DFA guys that have contracts, you are stuck paying them the remainder, less whatever any other team picks them up and pays them.
Yeah. I'd take Keller. Problem is they want a fortune. They want 3 top 50 prospects. Yeah. Yeah, and teams are going to start stockpiling those prospects to try to deal for Paul Scanes later on.
I mean, yeah, for them, it's going to be all about the Paul Scanes sweepstakes when they finally trade him.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Let's go.
All right. Everybody's.
Oh, Brian says he can date them back to the 80s. So it's definitely like the brothers.
Interesting.
At least there's been at least a pair of brothers in the league from now to the 80s.
I mean, the Maddox has had it covered for quite a while.
So you got the Contrerases now. You had the Morans. You have the Rogers. You have
The Molinas, all of them.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
You can probably create a chain from Maddox through Molina through Contreras all the way to current day with just a few sets.
For sure. But
it's freaking wild.
All right, let's get into it.
Who is that? Everybody's favorite segment. Who is that guy? All right, I got 7 of them for you tonight, Nick. I'm really expecting a sweep here. I think you're going to get these all.
All right, bring it.
I think you're going to get them all. So let's get started. Here we go. Played for 13 seasons between 2000 and 2012. Played for the Rays, Astros, Orioles, Tigers, and Giants. 2-time World Series champion and 1-time Silver Slugger. Best known for hitting 20-plus home runs 7 times, driving in 100-plus runs 3 times, and hitting for the cycle in 2007. Who is that guy?
Oh, I know who that is for sure.
All right.
Anybody in the chat now?
Put in the chat and we'll let chat, or put in the private chat. We'll see what chat says. Yes.
Yeah. I couldn't quite see his face until I leaned in and I'm like, yeah. And the number kind of gave it away.
Yeah. Highly underrated player.
Yep, for sure.
Who, honestly, for those Giants teams that he was on, he was a huge part of that 2010 team.
It is Mr. Clams. Nice. Aubrey Huff
nice.
For sure. I only picture him in a Rays uniform just because I saw him all the time facing the Red Sox. But
yeah, I mean, I think him with the Rays too, but he actually spent more time other places, but we saw him so much and he was such a big part of that team. So yes, this is Aubrey Huff. Aubrey Huff, average of 278, 242 home runs, 904 RBIs, 342 OBP, and a 20.5 WAR. Won 2 World Series, both with the Giants. Huge part of that 2010 team. I want to say it was 2010. He had a massive season that year.
It was all the even years for the Giants there.
Yeah. 10, 12, 14, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he was on the 10 and the 12 teams. 10, he had a massive season for them. And a massive playoff. But yeah. So Aubrey Huff, good one, Nick. All right. Next one. Played for 14 seasons between 1989 and 2005. Played for the Rangers, White Sox, Giants, Rays, and Dodgers. 1-time All-Star, and also through the very first pitch in Rays history. Best known for throwing a no-hitter in just his second career start. Who is that guy?
Got it.
Yep. Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I was like, wait a minute. Knew the last name. I had to think about the first name for a second.
Yes, sir. You got it.
Okay.
All right, chat. I know you guys know this.
Yep.
A guy that I mean, I remember him with the Rays probably better than anywhere again because we saw him so often. But nice little career.
I forgot about the no hitter though. That one.
I know. I kind of spaced that too.
Yeah. Oh, chat's quiet. Do we not know this
chat's
one?
Really quiet. What's going on here? Is our chat still working? Hello.
You have been disconnected.
John brain fart.
Okay, that's fair.
Hey, these are hard. These are not super easy. And we're going. I went back a little ways on some of these guys.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna give it. It's not Heredia.
Oh, good guess.
It's Wilson Alvarez.
Boom.
For sure.
There you go, Captain.
There it is. Captain got it.
Yeah, Wilson Alvarez, record of 102 and 92, 4 career saves, a 3.96 ERA, 1,330 strikeouts, and a 25 WAR. A guy, Brian, you can't think of his name. A guy that you probably all recognize. That it's like, man, who was he again?
Yeah,
because he was around for a while. And if you were following the Rays at all in their infancy, he was their guy. Like he was the guy there for several years.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, another name that was around for a while, but you forget about him.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Dude, that's how we feel about a lot of these that we don't get or we get stuck and we're like, I mean, Harrison had one a few weeks ago where I was like, staring at the guy for 3 minutes. And I was like, don't give it to me.
Yeah.
I got it. It will come to me eventually. It was the Jay Payton one. I don't know
Oh, yeah,
why
that's
it
right.
took. I don't know why it took me
That's
so
right.
long to get to Jay Payton, but I was just like, no more hints. I have it. Just it will click. Just give me a minute. But
Yeah, like I know I'm supposed to recognize this guy. Who is it?
yeah, yeah,
You're not wrong, Musicum. The Rays were trash back then.
yeah.
But all right, next one. Played for 15 seasons between 1989 and 2003. Played for the Brewers, Padres, Reds, Rays, and Rockies. 4-time All-Star, 1-time Silver Slugger, 1998 Comeback Player of the Year. Best known for being the only player in MLB history to be traded after a 50 home run season. Who is that guy?
Oh, layup. Yep, I got it.
No, Nick, it's not Jose Canseco. Yeah, yes, it is. Holy crap, John. Is that really what's going on?
Well, or that's why
Wow.
he's got the brain fart.
Maybe. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's Mr. Clams. It's definitely Greg
Got
Vaughn. I typed to Harrison. It was Mo's cousin.
Yeah. Yeah. We got Big Greg.
Big Greg. Yep. Good.
Yeah. So,
Yep,
so
Greg
he was
Vaughn.
traded going into the 1999 season to the Reds, I think, after hitting 50 in 98.
Yep. The only Padres hitter to have 50 home run season too.
Correct. That is right. So Greg Vaughn, career average of 242, 355 home runs, 1,072 RBIs, OBP of 337, and 30.9 WAR. Probably best known for that 98 season where he hit 50 bombs and was in the race for a little while. But a guy who just consistently hit.
Everybody hit 50 bombs in 98.
I mean, it's fair. But this was a guy who consistently hit throughout his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Clam's right. He could mash as good as anybody. And I mean, the dude had some serious power.
Yep, he did.
All right. Next one. This is a fun one. I hope everybody gets this one. Played for 24 seasons between 1979 and 2003. Played for the Mets, Dodgers, Indians, Brewers, Orioles, Cardinals, Padres, Yankees, and Twins. Some of them twice. 2-time All-Star and 2-time World Series champion. Best known for holding the all-time record for pitching appearances with 1,252. Who is that guy?
I got this one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, this is a fun one because it's a guy that was around forever, was effective forever, made a bazillion appearances, and yet I think a lot of your casual baseball fans couldn't pick him out of a police lineup because he very quietly did it. Like,
and lefties, man. Lefties were
the
most effective. Yeah, Jesse.
Oh, Mr. Clams. Sure. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesse Orosco for sure.
This is Jesse Orosco. Look at that picture. Look at that old Topps card, Nick. I thought you might appreciate this.
So good. So good.
So Jesse Orosco, career record 87 and 80, 144 saves, a 3.16 ERA. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
1,179 strikeouts and a 22.9 more. The dude was just an absolute workhorse.
He looks absolutely pissed off in this picture.
Oh, he totally does.
Are we done with this baseball card shoot yet? Like, seriously, I've had enough.
And like, is he wearing a jacket underneath the jersey? Like, is that a windbreaker or is that a shirt? Like, I can't tell. It looks like he's wearing a windbreaker. Mr. Toss your glove in the air. I almost used one of those pictures. I'm like, no way, people will know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, Jesse Orosco, dude, he was just around forever. His glove is 13 inches at least.
Yeah,
that glove could have smuggled a family of 4 into this country.
Probably did. Anyways, moving on.
Moving right along. All right, next one. Played for 10 seasons between 1991 and 2000. Played for the Blue Jays, Orioles, Reds, and Rays. 1-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champion. Best known for his 5-1 record in 8 postseason starts with a 2.44 ERA. And his 5 ALCS wins is 6th all time. He was a playoff monster. Who is that guy?
Oh, crap.
The blue glove should give it away.
I know. Guzman?
Yep.
What is his first name?
They rhyme a little bit.
It's not Christian.
Nope.
Guzman. Why am I blanking on his first name?
Come on, chat. Somebody help him out.
Juan
There it is.
Guzman, Mr. Clams.
Mr. Clams
you.
is coming in clutch tonight.
He's crushing it tonight. Yes.
This is the blue glove for me. Always gives it away. I was always fascinated by it. So yes, this is Juan. Look at the hair. Look at this is Juan Guzman.
Look at the glove on that one.
I know that glove is like again, you could smuggle people in. And
it's a softball glove.
Always the blue glove. And for a pitcher, like the glove's almost irrelevant. But anyways, Juan Guzman, career record of 91 and 79, ERA of 4.08, 1,243 Ks and a 24.5 WAR. Guy was a monster in the playoffs.
Welcome, Tim. Good to see you. Yeah,
and was on the 92 and 93 Blue Jays teams.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why I remember him, because this is when I really started to follow baseball. My 4th grade teacher was weirdly a huge Toronto Blue Jays fan.
That is
so
weird.
when they were in the World Series, he was all over it. He's just like, oh my God, like they're finally good. So I remember watching, and man, he sticks out definitely for sure. So good.
Yeah, and what was amazing is that so his rookie season was 91. And then in 92 he was 16-5, and 93 was 14-3.
Damn.
He had 40 wins in his first 3 seasons. Because he was 10-3 as a rookie when he only pitched kind of like Skeens, like 2/3 of the season.
Yeah.
Dude was an animal.
Crazy.
That's a knuckleball glove. It probably is.
For sure.
And John, yeah, he was their stud. He was the rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian, glad this ain't Jeopardy night.
Yeah, right.
Maybe we should throw some Who Is That guys into a Jeopardy night for fun.
Man, oh man.
That could get crazy.
Yeah,
all right,
for sure.
Next one. This one, you don't even need the picture, Nick.
Okay.
Played for 15 seasons between 1986 and 2000. Played for the Giants, Rangers, Orioles, and Cardinals. 6-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger, and 1-time Gold Glove winner. Best known for hitting a home run against Nolan Ryan in his first career MLB at-bat. You already know it, right?
Oh, yeah, because I did this as a trivia question, I think, a couple of weeks back.
Who is that guy?
Yeah. Mr. Social Media himself now.
Oh, and he's funny as hell.
Yeah. Rafael Devers' first base coach.
Yeah, Rafael Devers' best friend.
Yeah.
That is surprising, Brian. Canada last won the World Series and Stanley Cup in the same year. Yikes. It's been a long time, huh?
Yeah.
Yikes. There it is. Nice job, John.
Sure.
This is absolutely Will Clark.
Yeah, easy one.
Boom. Will Clark, career average of 303. Pretty impressive. 284 home runs, 1,205 RBIs, 384 OBP, 56.5 WAR. This guy was a monster. He could play defense. He could hit for average, hit for power. He could do it all.
One of the most iconic left-handed swings, too.
Oh, such a great swing. Yeah. And just a guy that you either loved him or you hated him. That was just kind of the guy he was.
Yeah.
But
he did damage. You knew he was going to do damage every time you saw him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you knew you weren't getting out of the series without him hurting you somehow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Will Clark. All right. This one might be the hardest. Played for 16 seasons between 1986 and 2001. Played for the Angels, Royals, Padres, and Braves. 1-time All-Star and 1-time Home Run Derby champion. best known for being elected an All-Star and winning the Home Run Derby as a rookie. Who is that guy? Yeah, I vaguely remember Will Clark in Baltimore. He wasn't there for a long, long time. Yes, it is.
Okay, that's what I thought. This picture doesn't look like how I remembered him, though. If that makes sense. Maybe,
yeah, I mean,
maybe a little bit older is where I would recognize.
Yeah, this is a younger version
yeah.
of him.
Yeah, but definitely. You're on the first base train tonight, though.
I know. I just kind of like got into a cycle.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Brian, no, Will Clark's not in the Hall of Fame. He's one of those guys who's like right in the bubble. He fell into the Hall of Very Good.
Yeah. Yes, Jacob got it.
Nice job.
Yeah, welcome, Jacob. Yeah, Wally Joyner is definitely correct.
This is Wally Joyner. Look at another Topps card for you, Nick.
I love them.
Look at these. Go. These are so classic. And he looks like he's about 12 in the picture.
He is. Don't worry.
I mean, yeah. All right, so Wally Joyner. So a guy who really was known more for his defense. He had incredible offensive years his first few years, and then his power tailed right off. But Wally Joyner, career average of 289, 204 home runs, 1,106 RBIs, 362 OBP, and a 35.8 WAR. You are right, Brett. That is Wally Joyner.
Yep.
Wally Joyner. I mean, just a guy who was, not quite as good as Will Clark, but a guy who was just overall solid.
Yeah. Bang. Yep. Crushed it. Yep.
Nailed it. And that was not an easy one because Joyner he was kind of under the radar guy. As good as he was very much an under the radar guy.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Could not find a picture from further away.
Believe it or not a lot of pictures of Wally Joyner on Google.
Yeah.
So that was the best I could find where you could actually tell who he was.
That's the hard part about doing like the obscure guys is like trying to find pictures of them on Google. It's next to impossible without a watermark covering their face or like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I can find you a million pictures of Barry Bonds. I can find you about 3 of Wally Joyner.
Right.
And that's a challenge.
I remember Wally hit one at the Kingdom, still hasn't landed yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And he served for years the hitting coach. He was working in the Padres front office for a little while too. Like a guy who stayed around baseball for quite a while.
Yeah. Those good ones.
And Brian, yes, I believe it was a shoulder injury that kind of sapped his power. He never really came all the way back.
Yeah. Dang.
Nice. John, there were a lot of balls hitting the Kingdom that still haven't landed. That was a homer dome.
Yeah. Facts.
There were a lot of balls that traveled a long way there.
Yeah. Jacob, it's all good that you showed up, dude. Like we have tons of them. We do these on our shows all the time. We have Jeopardy coming up on Wednesday. So if you want more trivia, you can definitely come in there for sure. But
yeah, we got plenty of trivia.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got plenty of trivia, more of these coming. We love the Who Is That guys. So there'll be more. Don't worry.
All right. I don't have anything else for tonight. I mean, kind of slow weekend kind of coming back. Not a ton of news. I know the hot stove's going to amp up here in the next week or so. Do you have anything to add, Harrison?
I think the interesting piece of news I saw earlier today is that Eli Willits, who was the number 1 overall pick in the draft, the 17-year-old kid, did sign with the Nationals today for $8.2 million. That means I believe last I saw, that means like 3/4 of the top 10 have signed. And the others are expected to sign soon. There's always the couple that decide to go back into the draft and not come out, but it's rare that you see top 20 guys do that too often. So hopefully we'll see everybody sign here soon. But $8.2 million as a 17-year-old kid, that's not a bad day.
No, not at all. Well, Brian, I thought your Cubs were going to sweep my Red Sox too. So luckily they were able to sneak one out. But
the Red Sox showed no real life until the 7th inning today.
Yeah. Abreu had 2 homers, and then Bregman had that big 3-run shot that was huge. But
Yep.
but man,
The analogies are quite creative.
I know, I love them. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't have anything else. So
That's it. Pretty quiet
all
week
right.
overall,
Yes.
but at least baseball is back. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Clams. Appreciate it. We will be on Wednesday night, week 7 of Jeopardy. We have 4 more weeks until we crown a champion. The standings are getting tighter. They're getting much tighter. So come back on Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Earn your points. You'll get rounding third gear for the winner. So come on Wednesday, get your trivia on. I got some cool categories kind of fired up here for Wednesday. So make sure you come check us out Wednesday night at 9 p.m. And then we'll be back to recap the week so far and the news on Thursday at 9. So Jeopardy on Wednesday night, regular show Thursday, and then I'm off to Pittsburgh to see my Diamondbacks play the Pirates for the weekend. So you will have Harrison and hopefully a guest that following Sunday. So yeah, we'll see you Wednesday to do some math homework, John. Get that done ahead of time, so then maybe you can focus on Jeopardy. But yes, we will see you guys on Wednesday night, 9 p.m.